I have collected quite a few bugs as a reksai player myself, as someone who plays top lane. I'm going to show them to you guys here today because there are a lot of players that I've talked to that don't know that these bugs even exist. And I'm sure majority of Riot employees wouldn't know either. So I'm going to show you guys and inform you guys on all these bugs that reksai has. So let's get started with the Q bug. This is the most annoying bug for me personally. I really hate it because I lose all these minions because, you know, I'm a top laner. You know, I'm trying to farm, but with the duration of Q being really short and also being harassed off of minions and, you know, being zoned from minions and bullied under a tower, it's really easy for you to perform this bug as a top laner. Even as a jungler, a lot of jungle reksai players do notice this bug as well. So it's simply not exclusive to any lane at all. And let me show it here to you guys. So this bug happens whenever reksai tries to auto attack with Q, but the timer runs out too fast. Now, I've tried recreating this on other champions like Shen and Skarner, champions that also have 3-hit Qs that are empowered auto attacks, and it does not happen on those champions. I have not heard of a single other champion that has an animation that happens but no damage afterwards. Now, frankly, this wouldn't really be an issue if reksai had a longer Q timer compared to champions like Skarner and Shen. When you actually look at the Q timer they have, it's much more dramatic than what reksai has. And so whenever you have a short Q timer and an opportunity to actually basically have an animation but no damage, it can be very, very frustrating for a lot of players. Now, that may be my most frustrating bug, but a bug that Riot has said they have fixed before, which they definitely have not. They've just reduced the number of cases that it happens, is the tunnel bug. Basically, whenever you tunnel and you try to go through a wall, but the tunnel won't let you go through the wall, and you'll basically place the tunnel, but you won't dash. So you place it, you don't dash. That's the tunnel bug. That's been in the game since reksai's release. Riot Freak said he got rid of it. He reduced the number of cases that it was available, but he also got rid of one of reksai's most unique mechanics. It was the Knockup tunnel bug. Basically, a fifth of the way of the beginning of the tunnel, you could still click somebody and knock them up, and then you would leave the tunnel up above ground instead of in the ground still. So basically, you got to switch forms and knockup and tunnel all at the same time to offset the tunnel bug, and I guess to fix reksai or whatever. Freak took that out of the game, even though that was a really cool skill expression for reksai players. So even though he took it out of the game, said that, you know, he fixed tunnel bug's still there, and now the cool mechanic's gone. Now let's talk about another one, knockup bug. This one I have seen versus Anivia. I have seen versus Anivia before, but I wasn't able to recreate it. I was actually recording a lot of this footage with the Rek guy, and I do want to shout him out, by the way. He makes really good content for reksai and really great content all around. You guys should definitely check him out, and I appreciate him helping me with this video. But me and him were trying to recreate it with the Anivia, but it wasn't working, and I'll explain in a second. But it happens with Set. That's the one I see the most often. I've seen it with Set, and I've seen it with Anivia. When Set pulls you and you're in the ground and he stuns you, so he pulls and he stuns you with the pull, and you try to knock up, instead of knocking up, you actually auto attack him in the ground. This is only supposed to happen whenever you are silenced, and I'll show that on the screen what that normally looks like, which is, it looks basically the exact same as that Set bug. It's a Set bug, knockup bug, I call it the same thing. Basically, that makes it so if Set pulls you and stuns you, you genuinely cannot do anything about it. You have to let him wham on you for a second, and then you can knock him up and deal with him. So in a lot of situations, that can be even problematic for jungle reksai players, not just top lane reksai players. And then we have another one, which is the bite bug, which I don't really know if this is reksai specific, but it's kind of weird because whenever you bite and the minion dies, then your bite goes on cooldown. Like half of the time that your bite gets canceled by a minion dying, it goes on cooldown. The times it goes on cooldown, if you burrow and then unburrow, it actually isn't on cooldown anymore. So it completely negates the cooldown. I don't know why this is in the game. It's not really problematic, but it's really goofy, and I thought I'd put it in the video anyways because, you know, it's a bug. Might as well put it in. And it's kind of reksai specific because you'd need another champion that could transform on command to do that. So you need a champion that has a targeted ability like an Elise Q. I guess Elise could maybe have the same bug where if her Q gets canceled and then it's on cooldown and then she Rs and then switches back. Maybe that works. I don't know. But it's a thing on reksai for her bite specifically. Now, her R bug is basically whenever you R somebody but you lose vision, your R gets canceled and put on cooldown, and it looks really goofy, but I don't know if this is necessarily a bug or a feature, but it seems to be a bug to me because it feels like whenever you R somebody, you're supposed to follow through with that. Even though they're really far away, you should be able to follow with that. Even if you lose vision, that doesn't make sense. You already clicked on them, you should be there. I can understand if it was like Garen R and they like flash into a bush and you lost vision or something, or an ultimate where it's targeted like a Darius ultimate that does the same thing, but that's like up close and personal. Reksai R can be anywhere, so if I'm in the ground and the person right next to me is like just a few centimeters out of my little burrow range because it's super small compared to a normal champion's range, and I ultimate, I'm gonna lose vision in Nocturnar and I'm just not gonna be able to ult. So that's not really, you know, that bug. I think it's a bug, but maybe it could be considered a feature. But those are all the bugs that I know of for reksai. If you guys know any more, let me know, and you know, I can make an updated list at some other time. But these are the ones I know of. I know a lot of people don't know majority of these bugs, and so I thought I'd put it out there just for a cool video for you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one. GG's. The bug, bro. I was about to... No, I'm actually gonna die because of the bug. I actually died because of the Q bug. I actually died because of Q bug. I'm going to lose my fucking mind.